Hey, what is up guys? My name is Smurfy and welcome back to another video. As you can see from the title, today we are playing a modern deck called High Five. You probably have never heard of that deck before because I just made it up. The deck is essentially what happened when I was brainstorming with a bunch of different zoo decks. I really enjoyed playing with Tribal Flames. So it's just 2 mana, deal any target equal to your domain. So as long as you have all 5 basic land types, 2 mana, deal 5 damage. And I just thought this card is absolutely sick. I want to play more of these in an aggro deck because it can just do so much damage. So I was having a look through all the different 5 damage burn spells that I could find. And none of them really fit together very well. So what I decided was, fuck it, let's just put them all in a deck together, give all of them whatever they are required to work, and I'll see if I can make a deck out of it. So that's what I've done. We've got 4 Goblin Grenades, 4 Tribal Flames, 4 Shrapnel Blasts, and also 2 Thunderous Wrath. So that's 4, 8, 12, 14 different burn spells that can all deal 5 damage. And then the deck is just filled with creatures that can support that. So we've got Goblins for Goblin Grenade. We've got Artifacts for Shrapnel Blast. We've got Goblins that make Artifacts. We've got Artifacts that are Goblins. Just a huge accumulation of loads of different things. And then we're also running 2 Snapcaster Mage, 2 Flashback, whichever one we need to try and finish the opponent off. I think the only thing that really stands out on the deck is that we're playing Ragavan. Sure, Ragavan isn't a goblin or anything like that, but it's just such a really powerful 1-drop. And it also does create treasures, so you can Shrapnel Blast the treasures. Anyway, that is the deck. It's an absolute pile, but let's see if we can get some wins with it. Okay, we're back. We're on the play. Let's try and get some games or some W's in this. 2 Tribal Flames and an Esper Sentinel. I guess we'll keep. We'll lead off with a Sacred Foundry, because then we can turn to Wily Goblin. We'll pay 2 and play this, and pass the turn. Yeah, we really want our creatures to do like 10-ish damage, and then we just double burn spell them, but the creatures in this deck just don't do 10 damage most of the time. Opponent fetch, shocking, Sigarda's Aid. Okay. So we're against Hammer. And we draw another Tribal Flames. Jesus Christ. So the Hierarch is not really going to do anything here. I guess it can pump the Sentinel to get in. But we really want to use the fetch for the Triumph. Oh, I guess we don't need to use the fetch for a Triumph, do we? Because all we need is a... oh yeah, kind of. So if we get this turn, I guess it's no different doing it next turn, because the Dork is going to generate a mana anyway. And if that's the case, we might as well swing in for 2. So we already have enough burn in hand to kill our opponent. It's just whether we have enough time to kill our opponent now. Next turn we can go fetch, get the Triumph. That gives us the Black Source. Tribal Flames our opponent for 5, and then untap next turn and double Tribal Flames them. Oh, we might have enough time. That'd be crazy if we actually do manage to do so. Obviously they swing in for 2 here. No? Okay. So we use this, go get the Black Source. This is where we like a Blood Crypt ideally, because we could double spell this turn. Straight to the Dome. And all we have to do is survive the next turn. Well, I guess they could play Spell Pierce. There is the potential to attack there, but I want to have as many blockers around as possible. So we block with this, and then we take potentially 12. Yeah, we can't use this to block because then if one gets through with the hammer, that's 11, putting us to 2, and then we can't fetch shock for the tribal flame. So we actually have to keep this alive because it will. This is basically 3 life because we don't have to fetch shock. So we'll block like that and just hope they don't have double hammer. If they got a double hammer, they've got a double hammer. Oh my god. Sure. That's making things a little bit more interesting. Wait, can we not cast it? Oh right, we're still waiting for the miracle to resolve. I can't see any way how this can get fucked up. We're gonna go straight to the face, but I don't know. Like, I don't see the point in killing either of the creatures because they can just put it on the other one. And 12 and 11 is the same thing, so I guess now we do have. We can win through Spell Pierce. So unless they have another hammer, or yeah, okay. If you got the second hammer, there's nothing we can do. That was pretty standard for hammer, I think. That's crazy. We haven't got to see the Draco yet. There is only 2 in the deck though. The other option of this deck you can go is you can cut the, where is it? Goblin Grenades. And if you cut the Goblin Grenades, you can then play more of like an artifact style version of the deck. So you'd cut these, and these, and then maybe try and play like an Insole artifact version with Shrapnel Blast. But I don't know, there's so many options you can do with all the burn spells. I just think they're really fun to play around with. You won the die roll, would you like to play first? Absolutely. We didn't win the die roll, we just lost. Yeah, we'll keep this. Not sure how good Ragavan is against their deck because we don't do anything with the things we hit off it. What do we want to do turn 1? I think just Ragavan. So we need to get Stomping Ground or a Sacred Foundry with this. Yeah, we'll go Stomping Ground. And try attack for the right mana. Cast the Ragavan here and pass. I think we just want to put the thing with the most power in play, and then next time we play both of these, we can attack for 3. Springleaf Drum, yep. Memnite. So if we played this, obviously we would have got a card from that. Fucking hell, and Sigarda's Aid, of course. Another Goblin Grenade. So we'll go ahead, play this, fetch, get a white land. I guess Sacred Foundry for the Wily Goblin again. So white for this. Why is it like, there we go. And then green for the hierarch. See if this hit goes in. So what does that have to be for this? Oh, it's literally just whenever something comes into play, you can equip it. Thought there'd be more criteria than that. What do we get? Planes. That's not very helpful. I'm going to assume my opponent doesn't have the double hammer again. I hope so. Attacking with both. Well, there's not really any point in blocking because if they've got one hammer, then it doesn't kill us. If they've got two hammers, then we die regardless. So I'd rather just keep these around. Oh, Shrapnel Blast. So if they don't kill us here with double hammer, I think we just win. Is that enough for lethal? So we can Goblin Grenade plus Shrapnel Blast is 10, 11, 12, 13. Oh my god, we're one short. Is that right? So we can Tribal Flames. I can't believe we're actually one short or a goblin short. Oh no, of course we're not, because we have the Ragavan, so we get the treasure token. Oh, what a dickhead. I can't believe I missed that. This is like one of the first times I've ever used Ragavan, so I'm going to give myself a little bit of a leeway on that. And then we can go play this. Fetch. Can't believe we managed to get our opponent down from, what was that, 14 to 0 in one turn. Mostly through burn spells. We're missing black, aren't we? Yeah. So those two. Wait, I want to make sure I don't fuck this up somehow because I need to cast 3. So 2 of these for Tribal Flames, then use that to Goblin Grenade, and then Shrapnel Blast this away. Yeah. Oh my god. This is all I wanted to do with the deck. I didn't care about winning or anything. I just wanted to kill our opponent with Sweet, I can officially retire this piece of shit now because I did what I wanted to do, which was just kill someone with a ridiculous amount of burn spells. That's exactly it. I can actually play proper decks. Like oh, that's brilliant. This hand we can get like what? Temple Garden, play the Hierarch, turn 2 Ragavan and Sentinel. Yeah, I think that's fine. We are in the draw, so we are a bit slow. Springleaf Drum, always a good start for them. Memnite and Sentinel. Sure. Sentinel's not too bad against us. We don't really do much with our burn until the end, so. Ooh, does that change anything? Do we still want turn 1 Ragavan? Because turn 2 we will play the Hierarch and then it'll be a 3-2. I'm going to lead off with a Sacred Foundry because I want to be able to play double Sentinel next turn if I want to. I'm pretty sure there's a... No, there's still no Temple... Oh, there is a Temple Garden, so we could do. So yes. Play Ragavan. I think it could also be correct to play the Hierarch there. I think any other 1-drops there would be fine. It's so hard to tell. They all feel really really powerful. It's like if the Ragavan can connect though, it gives you a treasure token, does some damage, and maybe we'll get a spell that we can cast. I can't imagine, but like even hitting a Sentinel or a Mem Knight is fine, or a Springleaf Drum. Creatures entering the battlefield or dying don't cause. Okay. Is that just a blocker? Or to gain life? I have no idea why they're playing that. Oh, we could get a Breeding Pool here actually. I think that's going to be better. Because we're going to cast the Hierarch into a Sentinel. See if our opponent wants a 2-for-1 themselves. They do. Sure. That is a fine trade for us, I think. And now we've got 1 Goblin and an artifact for these two. We just need to draw another Goblin, really. What's our opponent up to? Another Hushbringer. What are they doing? What on earth is Hushbringer doing in their Hammer Time deck? I mean, obviously, sorry, in this matchup, obviously you bring in for like all the pitch elementals and stuff like that, but against us. So that's the Goblin we wanted, but it's also an artifact. And then white, play the Sentinel, and we could have chosen Human there, or Soldier, but I just want it for the Goblin Guide, really. We've already got 1 Goblin. The second one is just going to be really handy to have. We'll attack with the Sentinel here. And they're not going to block, I would assume. So they're going to take 2. We do have 15 damage in hand, so they still, even if we cast all our burn spells, they wouldn't be dead, but they've just got nothing on board. I have no idea why they kept their hand. Did they mulligan or something like really aggressively? Sigarda's Aid. Oh god, here it comes. That's why they've done it, because if they can stick a hammer on this, they gain 10 life. Oh my god. Well, there's the next Goblin Grenade that we needed. So, oh no, wrong colour. White for the next Sentinel. Considering they're on 1 land and a Springleaf Drum, having 3 of these is kind of good. And I'm really tempted just to Goblin Grenade this. No, I guess we can... No, we don't really want to... We can keep this up as instant speed removal for this. But then we would lose an Esper Sentinel because we can't sack anything else. Like, we can't sack this because we've got 3 Goblin Grenades. Oh, it's tough. Actually, I think we're going to do that because we can do it instant speed. So if they hammer and go to equip, we can respond. Whenever you may attach a attack creature you control. Yeah. So if we can just stop the trigger or stop the equip on the hammer, that might just be better than keeping one of our sentinels around. I think that definitely would. I think the game plan is stick a hammer on this, use the lifelink and just win the game. Stoneforge, yeah, that's fine. They're not attacking or blocking with this. What's the point? We might as well just cash this in now. We absolutely want to reveal that. So hit our opponent for 5. We can Goblin Grenade them as well. So if we attack with all 3, they're going to gain 1. We're going to lose. No, it's not worth attacking with all 3. We'll just attack with this guy. Shit, that's not good for us. Okay, well we need to kill the Hushbringer, I think, more so than the Stoneforge. I didn't think they'd actually double block that. I thought they would maybe singular block. I don't know why I thought that, actually, that doesn't make any sense. I guess just pass and hope we draw something. What do we need to draw? A Goblin, Shrapnel Blast, Tribal Flames. And we won. We actually managed to beat Hammer with this pile of shit. Obviously our opponent got land screwed, but we'll take it. We will still take it. We got Goblin Grenade flooded, alright? It's only fair. Okay, we're on the play. Let's try and get another W. This hand is land heavy. But it does have a Ragavan and a Sentinel, which are both pretty good. Yeah, we'll go ahead and keep and just hope that the Ragavan gets us some value. Doesn't matter what we lead off with. Yeah, we want this in case we draw the mana dock. I want to play this on turn 2 as well. Okay, it's going to fetch turn 1 with Misty Rainforest, get Steam Vents, and kill the Ragavan. Oh no! Dragon's Rage Channeler. And play the Bulbul straight away, get that Surveil trigger. So is our opponent just going to be on like standard blue-red? They're not cracking it straight away, okay. As long as we don't draw another land, I think we'll be fairly happy. Ideally, we'd like to draw the Mana Dork, because the Mana Dork is Goblin Grenade fodder, also would let our Ragavan hit our opponent, or just kill the Dragon's Rage Channeler. So yeah, Tribal Flames, that's not very helpful right now. Well, I think we're fine offering the trade here. They have already got some Surveil value off it. I don't even think they pitched it, did they? No, they didn't. Fuck, I've gone through my main phase. That's okay. We will fetch this and just pass. Slightly annoying, but it's not the end of the world. Maybe we want to keep this in our hand for Shrapnel Blast? I don't know. I have no idea if that was accidentally a blessing in disguise. Who knows? because it's just going to eat a bolt if we put it in play, or Unholy Heat or something like that. Bloody hell, they've got Delirium already. Baubles, yeah, Baubles just make it so much easier, don't they? They're targeting us again? Maybe it was better to keep the fetch. Oh, they're only on one land though. So they've probably, I would assume they've drawn a land by now. So what have we've got 10 damage in hand. That's not going to be enough. So let's go. I assume they've hit a land drop, but if they haven't, or even if they have, this should net us a card or slow them down quite significantly. Do we just kill this here? Yeah, I think we want to get rid of this. Obviously we should have done it last turn, but we can't fix that now. Opponent's got 7 cards in there, or 6 now. Got plenty of things to do. So they're going to bolt and pay the 1. That's a pretty good draw, so we can go fetch. We've got everything now. We'll get a breeding pool. Doesn't really matter, we've got double red. Cast this first, naming Goblin. And then we actually get a 2/2 Wily Goblin instead. Goblin, okay. So we've got 2 targets for our Goblin Grenade, or sorry, 2 goblins for our Goblin Grenade. I don't know how you said what would be the correct way to phrase that, but we have 2 pieces of ammo for our Goblin Grenade. And this is the kind of thing our opponent really doesn't want to be bolting, because it's half the card. It just doesn't feel great for them. What have they got here? Expressive Iteration? Or are they just going to slam like a huge flyer? Iteration. Okay, sure. So it looks like we might get some damage in with our creatures. I think they're just looking for their 3rd land drop. Oh. Okay. Still no luck. Goblin Grenade becomes a 3/3. This is huge. We've actually got some serious damage coming in now. Obviously our opponent is just stumbling on land. Oh, there we go, there's the Scalding Tarn. We'll help him out a bit. And I don't really want to Goblin Grenade any of these just yet. So we'll wait. Opponent just not going to do anything. They're going to go like Archmage's Charm, something of ours. I assume so, so we're going to cast this, so they have to do it straight away. Unholy Heat. Okay. So now if they fetch and don't kill these, we have lethal. I guess we could just Goblin Grenade them and take them off the land as well. Oh no, they've probably got something. They're going to shock, So that is lethal. Unless their other card... No, Spell Pierce won't even do it. Cool, so you kill that, you take 2. And when we go to main phase 2, whack you for 5. Nice. And we're just going to run it back. So I have no idea what a good opening hand is against our opponent. Probably just Ragavans and Goblin Guides. And oh, the Draco's pretty good, because the only way they can kill it is with Delirium Unholy Heat. Two Goblin Guides and a Wily Goblin. Yeah, that's got to be a keep. Double Goblin Guide is just so strong, and we've got so much fodder for artifacts and goblins. We really can't afford to be drawing any more lands though. So they can see what's on top of their deck. If they're doing it on themselves, it means they probably haven't got a 1-drop in hand, because if you've got a good 1-drop, you play the 1-drop. Draw a land. Fortunately, you can cycle this, so this is the best of a bad situation. Yeah. Guess we'll lead off with Steam Vents into Goblin Guide, sorry. Spire Bluff Canal, giving our opponent 3 cards. I don't like the fact that they let the trigger resolve before they fetched. Unless they really want to draw more lands, and then you do it first, I guess. There's the DRC. And another Goblin Guide, holy shit. Doesn't matter what fetch we use. What are we missing? Green? So we can just get Stomping Ground. You can't really ask for much more than this in any sort of deck that plays Goblin Guide. When you draw 3 of them, the game just feels so much better. It's unreal. I think it's one of the best cards in the game to draw multiples of if you're in like that archetype. Because multiple DRCs is pretty good, but you don't want a load of them because you actually want to be casting spells off them, you know? And Ragavan. Oh my god, they've assembled Delirium already. Well, at least that thing's not blocking anymore. What if they got Dashed Ragavan? Okay. Not too worried about Dashed Ragavan, because there's just so many things in our deck that it just doesn't matter. And what are they going to hit here? Goblin Grenade, see? They literally can't cast it. Shrapnel Blast would have been really scary, but we managed to dodge that. And Ragavan's back to hand. We need to start drawing 5-mana burn spells here. We're just going to have to dash. So going to bolt something. Bolt the Ragavan. Yep. They're going to go down to 12. We'll play the Triome here, I think, because we need the Black Source really in play. And even if we do cycle it, we're never going to be able to cast the spells that we draw off it because our opponent's got such a fast clock. We are dead in 2 turns. I guess we can do some blocking with the Wily Goblin, but it's going to be pretty quick. Are they just going to do it again? Yeah. See what they get this time. Wooded Foothills. Can they play that? Until end turn, you may cast that card. So no, they don't get the lands. This is basically a dashed Zergo. The Bell Striker so far. Oh, we've just drawn lands. What are the options? We can attack to put them to 10, which means we are 2 burn spells away. Or we can keep back on blocks, because if we don't, we die to any removal spell. I don't think it matters if they have a removal spell and kill us, because quite frankly, if they don't and we don't attack, we just can't win. So I just don't think you can play around it. We just have to get in for some amount of damage. In fact, I don't even know if we can win. We'd have to top deck. What do we have to draw? Oh my god. Yeah, that would do it, and they just dash Ragavan. Sure. 1 apiece against the deck. Against the blue-red deck. Which is probably the second best deck in the format. I think it goes Yorion Money Pile, then blue-red, then Amulet Titan or Burn, and then whatever's left. Oh, Hammer Time's up there as well, but I think all of those decks are better than Hammer Time, I think. You want the die roll? Would you like to play first? Yes, I would. Yeah, this looks fine. We'll go ahead and keep. Open up with Goblin Guide and swing in for 2. Someone knocking at my door. I have no idea why, so I'm just going to ignore it. And we reveal Expressive Iteration. And Holy Heat, yeah, that's to be expected, I think. And we draw Esper Sentinel. I think we'd rather play that over the Goblin. So we'll go ahead and get a Temple Garden. Yeah. And we'll just pass the turn. In hindsight, we should have fetch shocked last time for something different, but I don't think it's going to matter too much. So the opponent's going to fetch. Get Snow-Covered Plains. Sorry, that's not a plains, island. And Bolt paying the 1. You got it. Oh my god, we draw another Goblin Guide. So let's go use this. Fetch the Triome, I think. Yeah. Because we can't play 2 creatures in 1 turn without using the artifact, which obviously we don't want to do. So we should get in for 2 here. Unless they want to pitch Fury. That's a pretty good reason not to play these, actually, because if they Fury, they can just clean up all our goblins at once. So maybe we'll just slow roll those and keep them for later and just Tribal Flames when they tap out. It's going to go fetch Shock. Wow, okay. So this means they must have a lot of burn spells in the hand, but also probably like an Archmage's Charm. Just gonna straight away steal it. Yeah, that's pretty reasonable. So I think we want to Tribal Flames the opponent, and then maybe play a Wily Goblin. The problem is we're taking so much damage to cast this Wily Goblin. I don't know if it's worth it. Yeah, it probably is. We need to get something in play. So double red for the Goblin. Always yield to that. And Tribal Flames the opponent once they're tapped out. And we just need to draw some burn spells. DRC, yeah, it's pretty good. It does not have Delirium yet. They've got instant land, and that's it. Now they're trying to decide if they want to attack or not, because if we have more Goblin Guides or anything with haste, they'd rather have it as a blocker. Wow, they're choosing not to attack. I think they probably should just be attacking. Obviously they don't know what we've got, but it can't be that much, you know? So red, Goblin. And now we just have to pass. We could have Shrapnel Blasted there, but it... Oh, we'll do it now then. And then we might as well just yield through the turn. Not sure what our opponent... They just need to have like counter magic up at all times now, which is really hard to play aggressively and do that at the same time. Because they're so low, like even if they attack with everything, we can kill them with our Wily Goblins. So they need to keep something back. But they want to enable Delirium so then they can kill us quicker. But at the same time, if they enable Delirium, they're going to spend mana, which takes them off of Archmage's Charm. So it's quite hard for them to decide what to do. I'm glad I'm not in that position. So they're going to attack for 2. What have we got? Snapcaster Mage. Alright, well now they know. But Snapcaster Mage being a creature with flash and then Shrapnel Blast being an instant, our opponent just like always has to have mana up from now on. Yeah, they're just looking for a Spell Pierce, I think. There's literally Dispel, Spell Pierce, or Bust, I think. Maybe Flusterstorm if they play that. and it's really important that you target Shrapnel Blast and not Goblin. I guess we could cast Tribal Flame, sorry. I was going to say not Goblin Grenade, because you would trigger on the Goblin Grenade with the flashback of Snappy, and then your opponent could respond by Furying. So we have to not use that exactly. Well, we'll see what they've got. I'm trying to think if there's any reason why we'd need to use one over the other. But I think we're going to go with Tribal Flames. This plays around Dispel. This deck is sweet. Snapcaster Mage Flashback Tribal Flames is just like the most 5-color zoo thing I can imagine. Absolutely love it. There you go. We beat one of the best decks in Modern. With Shrapnel Blast, Goblin Grenades, and Tribal Flames all on the same deck. Thanks for watching the video, guys. I finished the league on 2-3, but the video was getting kind of long, so I just included the 2 wins because the losses weren't too interesting. So yeah, if you like the deck, feel free to try out for yourself. It's an absolute pile, but it is a bit of fun. And if you want to see any more videos, or you have any suggestions on what decks to play, pretty much in any format I'm happy to play, then please feel free to let me know. If you want to see more shenanigans like this, then feel free to subscribe, and thanks for watching.